Hey everybody, it's Ryan from Pi Records, and I'm here with Stac3y Bell. How are you, Stacy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very, very good. I'm excited to talk to you because I've been listening to your music, and you have a wonderful voice, a
Thank you.
great country rockabilly sound, rock and roll. I love that song about Elvis that you did. Uh,
Yeah,
so tell me,
that's a cover.
yeah. So tell me a little bit how you got started, and what some of your influences are.
Sure. Uh, I started actually playing music back in the early 90s. And what happened is I was driving with the guy that I was dating at that point, and I was a little tipsy, and I started belting out a song from Gypsy. And he was like, oh my God, I have to write songs for you. So we formed a band, and I think we played together for like 10 years, and then the marriage went south and the band went with it. But we revived it actually a couple of years ago too. There's still stuff out there on on Spotify and whatnot. But so that was what I started with. And that was I started as a singer, and then we needed a bass player. So somebody shoved a bass in my hands and said, guess what? You're the bass player now. So, and then I took a really long hiatus to have and raise a couple of babies. So, like over 20 years,
Oh wow.
where I was doing any music at all. And a few years ago, in 2016, my mom passed away really suddenly. And I was like, it was a shovel in the face kind of moment. I went, oh my God, what am I doing? I
Yeah.
always want to play music. And I've been shelving it for 20 years, no time like the present. So I went and bought a guitar and got some lessons and started writing songs. So it's a lot easier to write on a guitar than on a bass.
Yeah. It's a heartbreaking situation to be in. I can relate to you totally because I started looking at my life differently once my mother passed. Like
Yeah,
I'm not doing what I should be doing. I should be doing things like this, like interviews, and being more into music and doing something for myself.
exactly.
Yeah, I spent a long time like yourself raising the kids with my wife, and you can kind of, there's just no time for it. When they get older, then you have more time, and you know what that's like.
Yeah, I do. And actually, my youngest, who still lives with me, um, I keep harping on him, trying to get him to play bass, because I really think that, I mean, he's got really good rhythm and a good ear, and I just think he would do so well. But so far, it hasn't really caught on. I keep trying.
I tried with a couple of my kids to get them to play guitar, but and my daughter was really good, but she lost interest. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
she was picking it up pretty well. So
yeah.
tell me what the first what that first band was called.
The first, I'm sorry.
The
Oh,
first
the first
band that,
band.
yeah, that you started.
It was Anachronauts. And then I was in a psychobilly band called the Merry Darts. So that was fun.
Oh.
We used to stage fights on stage and stuff. We were a little,
So how
I
did you
used to get phone calls after gigs saying, oh my God, I heard your band broke up on stage last night. No, we do that all the time.
so what laid you down being in rockabilly and in a psychobilly band, especially what laid you down this more mellow road that you're on now?
Well, what really happened is I started writing songs, and when I wrote, they came out country. And so, you know, that's like a huge influence on me. My grandfather sang Hank Williams songs to me all the time when I was a little kid. And so that music just kind of comes naturally to me. And so I just decided to go with it. You know, if that's what's coming, that's what I'm going to write. So then I have like written some rockabilly songs as well. It took me, I had to kind of get into the swing of writing before I got to that. But I've got several that haven't recorded them yet, need to do it. Looking forward to it.
So
Rockabilly stuff is really fun to play.
yeah.
People get up and move around, which I love.
So one place people could hear your music is your YouTube channel, where you have live live shows, and I saw you had some live streams on there that were saved. If people want to, they could go to our featured channels and see Stac3y Bell with a 3 instead of an E, and go check out your music. Yeah. So tell me about what's coming up. I'm sorry.
I would love that.
Yeah, it's awesome. I just put it up there.
More the merrier.
So tell me what about is going on right now. Like, you have some things coming up that are pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I've got some great stuff coming up. The first thing, the next thing I'm playing is Surf by Surf East at Indian Roller, and that's this Saturday, March 5th. And it's 10 bands, I think, and it's all surf and surf adjacent music. So I'm doing a full rockabilly set, which means I'm doing more covers than usual, but they're really fun covers. So, and there's 4 or 5 of my songs in there too. So,
okay.
And then after that, I'm playing at Downtown Hall of Fame in Hutto, home of the Hutto Hippos. And that's another full band show. I do a lot of solo singer-songwriter stuff, but I'm trying really hard to push the full band right now because it's just so much more fun. And then at the end of March 26th, I'm playing with the full band at Camp House Concerts in Nixon, Texas, which they have like 3 or 4 times a year a big concert where they have like 5 artists, music all day, and you know, and we're doing a 90-minute set at that. I'm really excited about that one. It's really cool. These guys sound like I actually went and checked. I'm like, I'm gonna go out into the middle of nowhere. Let me check with somebody I know who's played out there before. She was like, oh, they're great. It's the best gig. So
awesome.
I'm looking forward to it.
So how did you get contacted to do this South by Southeast?
Well, that's actually because the organizer, Brooke, had he was putting together a space age lounge project, and the name that he thought of for it was Anachronauts. And so he had bought a domain, and he found my Anachronauts Facebook page and got in touch with me and was like, are y'all still around? And at the time we were actually playing some shows. So I said, yeah, sorry. That name is taken. So he pointed his domain at mine, and that was that. But yeah, so then he contacted me a couple months ago about this show, and I thought that he was looking for Anachronauts to play, but my ex-husband has now moved to Arkansas, so that wasn't going to be a possibility. But he actually was looking for my current band to do a rockabilly set. So
And your band
And
is the Stac3y Bell band.
it's Stac3y Bell and the Wretched Exes.
Awesome.
that
That's awesome.
was a fan suggestion. I was like having the hardest time coming up with a band name. I was like, okay, it's just going to be Stac3y Bell Band. And they're like, no, Wretched Exes. No. Well, since I do talk a lot about my wretched exes in some of my music, that kind of makes sense.
But that's so, like, the name is so punk rock. It's so in your face. It's awesome.
I can't decide if it's horribly embarrassing or the coolest thing ever. So
I think it's the coolest thing ever.
I'm on the fence. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, part of the name draws, the name draws people in. If you see the Wretched Exes on a flyer, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go see that band.
Yeah. Sounds like we're going to be like having divorce court on stage.
Well, Stacy,
Not quite. And none of the people in the band are my exes. None of them. So
it's not like Fleetwood Mac.
Their wives would be upset. I'm sorry.
All right, Stacy. So I won't keep you any longer, but is there anything else you'd like to talk about or mention that I haven't spoken about?
Well, I would like to ask people to please go to my Bandcamp page, which is Stac3y Bell, Stac3y, the 3 is silent, Bell at bandcamp.com, or not at, but it's .bandcamp.com. And that is a really cool place to listen to music and to buy music because, for one thing, they waive their revenue share one Friday a month to help artists out during COVID. They've been doing that this whole time. And also, there's merch available that way as well, rather than just downloads or streaming. And I can't resist.
I know, I saw that the other day. It's perfect.
T-shirts. I'm so excited. Yeah, my friend Leslie Bonnell designed that, and she did a fabulous job.
Is she a tattoo artist?
Cool. She is not. She is a seamstress and a graphic designer. And I got in touch with her and I was like, I kind of want it to be classic, traditional American tattoo style.
Yeah.
And she just like, great, okay, I got it. Ran with it. Just did a fantastic job. So I appreciate all the people that I'm involved with. One good friend did a whole like makeover and photo session for me. The other one did the design. It's great to know so many awesome people in the scene who are just so helpful.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that shirt. I myself have a lot of tattoos, and American traditional happens to be my favorite. So when I saw that design the other day, I was like, oh, that's awesome. She's going to sell a ton of those.
Strangely, I have none. No tattoos yet. I keep planning on getting one, and then I either chicken out or so. I'm a 3rd degree black belt in karate. I can take a punch, but little pokey things kind of wig me out.
I know.
So.
I when I get shots, I'm terrified of the needle. Like, I can get tattooed, but if I get a shot, I'm like, I'm no good.
Oh, blood tests. I like.
Yeah.
Fall out sometimes. So, yeah. But like I said, kick me in the face and I'll just kick you back. I'm not that big of a wuss. It's just little pointy things bother me.
Well, it was really great to talk to you, and thank you so much for setting aside some time to talk about your show at the festival, South by Southeast. And I know it's going to be a great gig. I saw the lineup and the flyer, and I know you're going to have a
Oh, I
blast,
know.
and people are going to love you.
I'm not going to leave after I play. I'm going to be there, I think, the whole night. I can't wait to see that. But there's some really great bands on that
Yeah.
lineup.
Is
So
Shiver
Shiver
on it?
is one I really want to see.
I taught
Shiver is the
I
headline.
interviewed them. They're really got their game together.
I know, and I cannot wait. So I haven't seen them live before, and I can't wait.
Isn't that the
So
best band name?
good. Oh, it's yeah, man. I'm like mad they got to it first, right?
Yeah,
Although
right.
I guess since I don't do surf and anymore. So, all right.
All right. Well, I'll let
Well,
you
I
go.
really appreciate you.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And, I hope to see you around sometime.
Yeah, come to Philadelphia, or maybe I could get out to Austin to see a festival or a show, because the more I talk to bands from the Austin area, the more it makes me want to come out there. There's so many good bands out there, different styles and everything.
Yeah, it's good, but come in the fall or the winter. Don't come in the summer. You'll die. I mean, I lived up north for a while, and I grew up in South Louisiana, so I'm used to the heat. But even after a few years living up north, coming back down, I thought I was just gonna die. It's so hot. So anyway,
Well, cool. I can't wait. One day I'm gonna make it to Austin. I'm gonna take the trek across country. I've done it before, but I went the northern side.
yeah.
Uh, I saw some cool things, but I think going the southern route, you get to see a lot more.
Well, look me up if you ever come down. Love to meet you in person.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Okay, have a great night, Stacy.
All right.